the stages in between. And I wonder, is that the way you are manifesting to us, or is it the levels of ignorance here that see you in all these different ways?
These are not the only two options. It's not levels of ignorance, and the relative is not a mistake of manifestation. It is rather an aspect of the perception, you see. It's how it works.
A couple of satsangs ago, you said you are not in this world. You are not even in the world. In fact, you said there is no world.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes it very, well, it's a complete mystery.
Do you have any doubts about it?
Well, finally, the only resting place is here and now.
Yeah, the world. What is it, the world? Where is the world?
Well, from the...
No.
Here is the world.
Is this the world?
For something that I take myself to be, this is the world, here. The world of the senses.
Okay, okay.
Directly received through the five senses.
Yes, okay. So this is the self, not the world. This is existence. This is all this you're sitting on, and you're breathing in, and you're surrounded by, is existence. And you understand? It's all existing together with everything.
Yes, as one.
As one, yes.
Instant. Here.
Yes, it's all here, yes.
Mm.
But the world is different. The self is the self. When the self gets known, becomes the world.
I'm not sure what you mean. Sorry. I'm not sure what you mean by saying the world is different than this.
Well, this is what it is. This is what it is. This is what it is.
This is existence.
This is existence, yes, this is existence.
And is this the world?
No.
No.
It is not the world. If you want to talk about the world, and you see, then you have to talk about something you know. You have to come to from oneness into diversity. From awareness of oneness into awareness of each individual object separate from each other. And then build a net.
And is that the world?
And that's the world.
And that is...
and there is no world, it's only in your imagination.
And is that superimposed on this?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
So it becomes my world.
Yes.
That takes elements of the real existence.
Of the real, yes, brilliant.
Into my world.
Then, exactly.
And I'm interpreting it according to...
Exactly. So if your interpretation of the world is not the same as someone else in the other side of the world, you make war.
Yes.
No?
Yes.
It's a war of imaginations.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
This is how it is, and this is how it should be. Now we think that this is how it is, and this is how it should be. Oh, you don't obey? We send the tanks.
So there's sort of claims and ownerships.
Oh, yes.
And territories.
Oh, yes.
This is mine and that's yours.
Yes.
all superimposed on the simplicity of
On the simplicity of no name,
existence.
yes. So I can even become a South American. Or even an embodiment of God,
Yes.
as if there are two different things, the body and God. Do you understand?
Yes, finally, it all
Finally.
has to be God.
Hmm?
It all is God, finally.
Yes.
But that's not the perception, usually.
No, that's not the perception usually, and that's why I say I don't live in your world.
Yes.
And I don't live in a world, as a matter of fact, and there is no world.
But this.
Well, not even this. This is a little world. This is already a concept.
Because the senses
Are not
are not fully in the present.
exactly.
They're always in the past.
Always in the past and always in name and form.
So
And
no senses, no world.
no senses, no world. It's not the senses, it's the labeling. You remember I spoke yesterday about that. The labeling of the sensorial information in our intellect through memory produces the world.
Right.
You see? So you can sense the self, but you don't see the world. Because you're not separating things in its apparent singularity. You see in one.
So the senses aren't, in that moment the senses aren't separated out. It's all oneself.
It's all the self, yes, it's all oneself. Hmm? And nothing can get out of here, and nothing can come in here. The self is absolute. You understand? The self is absolute. So do you remember that those trousers you used to love when you were a little kid? Yes? The preferent ones, yes? That you were hurt when they were thrown away?
Second-hand ones.
Yes. Well, they are still here.
You'll have to explain that, please.
I'm sure you can understand without me explaining. Nothing can get out of here, nothing can come in here. It's still here.
As memory.
No. As matter as well. Everything, you see.
You mean in the transformation? Or the
everything is
recycling
apparently transforming, but it's all the same. It's just transforming the appearance.
So nothing can come in and nothing can get out, and
No.
it's just re-transforming itself
Yes,
perpetually
yes,
into different names and forms.
yes.
Is that what we mean by things returning to the unmanifest nature and
Yes,
manifesting again?
that's right.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah. So there is nothing new under the sun.
And this is where the question is about, this is what your question is about. The perception, the persistence, you call it, of duality. And persistence is quite a strong word. No? It's as if it's trying to stay. And so it's a force trying to... And duality, it's an aspect of nature, no? There is a sound, a very thin, high pitch. Hello. Yes, it's better. So the duality is an aspect of manifestation. See, when we perceive an object, when we perceive the world, when we start, the form and name starts taking place in our conscious, then it happens in duality. So things are new or old. Things are fresh or not fresh. Things are clear or not clear. Things are real or not real. And that's one functioning, if you like, of your mind. You see, functioning of yourself. That's one aspect of you. That's how it works. That's how it is. When you come beyond dualist, when you come beyond that, is when you come to the self, when you come to unity. And you come directly into who you are with your attention. And you see that you're not this, nor that, you see. And then you enter another functioning, you see, a different department. And in that different department you see oneness. And you stop seeing diversity, because you're seeing oneness. Yet you know the moment you dip into description, it will become a dualistic description. It will appear to be oneness as opposed to diversity, but it's not like that. There is oneness in diversity. When you see from clarity, the opposites get together. So there is oldness in the new, and there is something new in the old. You understand?
So it appears that there is a local viewpoint from within this form that sees, and the seer in this form through these eyes and what is seen are together, are one.
Mm-hmm.
Is liberation a liberation from this sense of being, I was going to use the word trapped, but that's not the right word, sense of being identified with this local point of view from a body?
Yes.
So that's what goes?
No. Goes and liberation are two things. You don't, to get, you see, if you want to be free from your neighbor, you don't need to convince him to go. No?
From your
neighbor.
Right.
You don't say, well, you go because I'm free of you, now you go. And he can say, well, you might be free of me, but I'm not going anywhere. They're two different things. That things of nature go and that you realize your freedom, they're two different things. The interpretation in your mind through a dualistic perspective is that when you're liberating yourself, things will go. But nothing go.
Well, not that they go, but that the view is radically different.
Well, liberation is not even a change in views. Liberation is absolute peace. See? It's the knowledge that you are the self, the knowledge that you are bondless, the knowledge that you are not who you think or who anyone else think you are, the knowledge that you are not the body only. That's liberation. The knowledge that you are not. You understand?
Well, you said an important word there. You said the knowledge that you are not the body only.
Yes.
Because perhaps there was some erroneous idea here that liberation, well, I can see it's ridiculous now that I'm speaking it out loud, but I think I had some lingering idea that there was a liberation from the local identification with the viewpoint from the body.
Yes, but again, it doesn't mean it's gone.
No.
Liberation is not the going of things. Liberation is the liberation. It's that you become free, you become aware that you're free.
So is it more the liberation from the mind, or the belief in the world of the mind?
Oh yes, absolutely. You become free from your mind. And everything is your mind. So you're free of everything. You're free of the most amazing conclusion that you will get anytime.
Yes.
So you don't run for conclusions.
Yes.
And you're free from knowledge. So you don't celebrate your knowledge.
Yes.
And you're free from feelings. So you don't have preference for them.
Yes. So everything, as you were saying yesterday, we can be open to everything.
Yes, you're free.
Yes. So, in that freedom, then what is the motivating factor in the life?
The motivating factor?
Yes.
The same one of a shooting star. It's the same motivating factor. Come first to that freedom. Realize that freedom in you. And then we can talk about that. See, but first things first. Again, in our mind we think that motivation is a very important thing. And we also think that that's the engine through which things happen. Yes?
Usually.
Yes. But it never happens like that.
That's a sort of mistake of the mind.
Yes, it is not a mistake of the mind. It's mind.
Yes.
You can't ask the mind. You can't ask the water to behave like air.
Yeah.
You can't ask the mind to behave like no mind. You can't, you see, ask your hand to look like your feet.
So,
Mind does mind stuff.
yes.
Mm.
So existence is in its own flow, naturally.
Yes, that's mind.
But then, is it that I put something extra on top of it and think that I'm doing it?
Well, yes, it's just the mind itself. From the moment that there is flow, yes, there is the opposite, static, yeah?
Yes.
So that's imagination.
The stuckness, the static.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
And in that quality of mental activity, the individual is activated, you see, and it thinks that things happen because of her or him.
Yeah.